Hey guys, and welcome back to the Fergie Way with me, Teach FM. Now, first things first, I've checked, double checked and triple checked, everything's recording fine. So with a little bit of luck, we won't lose the face cam like what happened in yesterday's video. Don't know what happened, it just disappeared, couldn't find it anywhere, my apologies. Now on to today's video, of course, we have a massive game against Barcelona, a team that we did beat on the run into the semi-final of the Champions League last year. However, this year, we've maybe not been quite firing just as right. We are just off the back of going out of the EFL Cup semi-final against City in the last episode. So here's hoping the lads are back on form and hopefully we can get the result that we want and need today. So as usual, first things first, we will take a look at the schedule and see what games we've played since the last episode. Now, as you know, we played Manchester City in the last episode. We then went on to Ipswich at home in the FA Cup and we ran out 6-0 winners. A very easy game. Romagnoli, Pogba, Mata Ibrahimovic and Memphis all grabbing themselves a goal. As you can see, Ipswich, no shots on target, no shots off target. They were absolutely dire. We then took a visit of Newcastle down to Old Trafford and again we ran out 3-0 winners, played really well. Newcastle were okay, to be honest. They didn't have a bad game. They got 42% possession. Shots weren't great, but they had a decent bit of the ball. They were playing it around quite nicely. But 2 goals from Martial, 1 from Juan Mata. Mata's been a late goal. It sort of flattered us a little bit because Martial's second goal came late on. We were basically just carrying a 1-0 for quite a while. Ran out 3-0 winners, so it flattered us somewhat, but nonetheless, no goals conceded, and on we went to play Bournemouth. And that's where it went a little bit stale, I'll be honest. A 0-0 draw. Bournemouth were absolutely shite. I mean, they were really bad, but we just couldn't do anything. Everything we tried was stopped, halted, you name it. We had 27 shots, I think it was. Yeah, 27 shots, 9 on target, 60% of the possession. Couldn't do anything with it, just a bad day at the office for the team. Thankfully though, they somewhat redeemed themselves at the Liberty Stadium against Swansea. 4-0 winners, Rashawn Williams, Gomez, Rashford and Herrera all grabbing themselves a goal. What has to be said is Herrera got 2 assists as well. He played a bit of a blinder, but Rashford did get injured and I will take a look at that in a second because now that we're done with all the fixtures that we've seen since the last episode, we're best off heading over to the news to see what's happened there. And it has to be said, there's not been much news. Now, we've got Rashford's injury up on screen, but before we go into that, monthly awards, we got nothing. No manager award, none of the players got any awards. I think it's possibly the first month throughout the game where none of our players figured in any of the monthly awards. Goes to show that our form dipped a little bit over the course of the last calendar month. However, I do feel we're back on track and hopefully can keep some momentum going into the back end of the season because of course now all the fixtures get really close together and it's just going to be a very busy time for the whole squad. When I say whole squad, we're still missing some people. Rashford's now injured for 4 to 6 weeks, and as you can see, we're still without Bailly, Callum Gribben and Sadiba. Marcus Rashford being the latest one back now. So basically, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, hopefully, touch wood, we'll have the full squad back. Sanchez has just returned from injury, and although we probably won't start today's game against Barcelona, he will be on the bench, maybe get some minutes, but we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, so that's pretty much about the housekeeping all done. We have nothing else left to say but to go and face Barcelona. Now, Barcelona leave me a little bit edgy. Champions League is our main aim this season. We want to win the Champions League. It will tie off the series when it's all done and dusted nicely. However, without the Champions League, we will march on. Now, Barcelona, we played them last year. We did quite well. But they're still one of the powers of Europe that really, I sort of wish a little bit that we've got that little easy passage into the Champions League final. It's not happened. However, if we do progress and win it, at least we can say we beat some of the best teams on the way. So without hanging around any further, we'll head over to game day, see the selection screens and see who we've gone with and why. So as we head into the team selection screens then, we start with our team being the home team of course. We've got De Gea in the sticks, and then we have Alaba at left back, Romagnoli and Smalling in the centre back partnership. We then have Fosu-Mensah coming in right back because Darmian is currently suspended. He won't be seeing this game. We then have Paul Pogba, Neves and Herrera in the middle. Now both Neves and Herrera are both on yellow cards. Might be missing the next tie, but it's the best we can work with. It's the best we can do with the squad that we've got. We then have Juan Mata playing a trequartista role, and then we have Zlatan and Martial. Now, I've started Zlatan for a couple of reasons. One, we only have 3 strikers. The only other option was Depay. However, I feel Memphis is better as an impact player, and if the game's not going in our favour, later on in the game, Memphis would bring danger if required. And another reason being, you know how I feel about having a player face his old team, gives him a little bit of an extra edge, maybe wants him to nick an extra goal. So with a little bit of luck, that's what Zlatan will provide for us today. Now we look at the Barcelona team, and the first thing that strikes me is they've set up the same way City did, and they've beat us twice lately, so we're going to have to be careful, because down the wings, this defensive formation, when they double up, can be dangerous for our formation. However, we'll take a look. They've got Stegen in net, Digne, Umtiti, Gerard Piqué and Roberto at the right back. Then they have Sergio Busquets protecting the back 4. And then they have Neymar, Rafinha, Rakitic and Messi. And of course, the ever-present Suarez up top. Now, dangerous. Very, very dangerous, because they're playing these players defensively. However, is Neymar and Messi really going to give that much defensive work? I don't know. Time will tell. We beat them twice last year. We can do it again this year. But what I'm hoping for is a decent result here at home, so we're not under too much pressure when we go to the new camp. So we head into Roy Keane's room of pain, and what you saying, you crazy bastard? What we're going to do today? A right load of hard tackling, which is just the way we like it, Roy. Now, one thing I will say is Umtiti is also carrying a light injury, so he's definitely getting hard tackled. And we're going to go into the team talk. Now, this one will not be for the fans, because frankly, the team have shafted me on that just lately. So we are going to calmly say the media have given you a lot of credit. It gives greens, which is good. However, we want a sea of green. We want all green, because this game is so important. We want the guys to be buoyed up when they hit the pitch. So we're going to passionately say we've got faith in you to make a difference, which did nothing. And then we're going to try it again. It gained 1. And then we've got the 2 strikers. We're going to get something green. So we're only lacking 2 players who have not got green. So we're going to get into the game. And hopefully, these guys are going to start well. It's Neymar now. Pogba on the ball now. Rafinha whips back, takes it off him. It's Neymar again to Messi. Plays it forward to Suarez. Romagnoli more than enough to match him for pace. Plays it out to Alaba. It's Neves now. Pogba. Still Pogba plays it to Martial. Martial to Ibra. Ibra back to Martial. Martial takes a first time shot, and we do have a corner. Mata will take the corner now. He's whipped it in. Smalling down to Romagnoli. Doesn't quite make it. It's under Herrera. Herrera has the ball, took off him, but Smalling gathers it. It's Fosu-Mensah now. End of the highlight. 10 minutes gone. Barcelona not really done anything yet, but neither have we. I'm going to passionately tell the guys that I demand more. It's an important game. We want to get as much from them as we can. It's Martial now. Soft shot towards ter Stegen. Quarter of an hour in. It's the first real shot we've had at goal. 21 minutes in. We do have another highlight now. It's Pogba to Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic plays it out to Alaba. Alaba crosses it in. Ibra tries getting his head on it. Doesn't work. And Messi will begin a counter-attack for Barcelona. It's Sergio now across to Neymar. Fosu-Mensah does get the ball off Neymar though. Well done, Fosu-Mensah. Tremendous play. It's Mata now. Herrera, Mensah. And Mensah's got 2 ahead of him. Thankfully, he came inwards though, gave it to Pogba. It's still Paul Pogba from distance. Long shot's not good enough. We've only had 1 shot on target. We're 22 minutes in. We're going to have to do a lot better than this. It's Mata now over a free kick. It does get deflected for a corner. Mata will take the corner now to Neves. Umtiti has picked it up. He can't do anything with it though. There will be shot. Suarez comes back, dips the ball off us. It's Alaba now to Pogba, to Martial, to Herrera, Ibra. Ibra plays it to Mata. Mata's in the box. Still Mata. He's put it wide of the post. We need to get these shots on target. This is getting infuriating now. It's Ibrahimovic to Mensah. Pogba now to Mata. Still Juan Mata shot from distance over the bar. What is going on? Digne. Mata's picked it up though. Fosu-Mensah. To Mata to Pogba. Pogba's looking for Martial's run. Martial was a little bit late making it, but he's still getting forward. It's Ibra now on the edge of the area. He's just been flattened by Digne. Are we going to see a card here? We see nothing, but Mata's over the free kick. And once again over the bar. We've only tested ter Stegen once. It's Mata now. Sergio whips it off him though. It's Neymar coming inside. Pogba blocks the ball with Mata. It's Alaba. Pogba to Martial. Still Martial. Neves. Herrera. Mata. Ibra from distance. Not good enough. I feel like I've said distance and not good enough so many times in this fucking half. I'm going to tell the guys I'm assertively far from pleased. At the end of the day, they shouldn't be. I don't know what all these shots are about. I mean, look at the 6.5s. Martial, garbage. Not happy with your performance. Juan Mata, garbage as well. Not happy with your performance. Anyone else? We've got a 6.6 from Neves. He's also been booked, so Ruben Neves is going to miss the next tie. So yeah, happy fucking days. So Barcelona have kicked off. Neymar's on the ball now. Pogba manages to intercept. Still Pogba. Plays it to Romagnoli across the Smalling. End of the first highlight, but this is where it gets interesting. It's Pogba. Shot off from the corner. It's Herrera. Rakitic. Rakitic would have mounted a counter-attack, but Barcelona had every single man in their box then. So we do have possession back. It's Herrera now to Pogba. Still Pogba to Herrera. Pogba again. Mata. Mata's got space to... Oh, get in there. Sorry, guys. Being a little bit quiet. Kids are asleep upstairs. But that just trickled in. I mean, it was a shit shot. But somehow it trickled in. As we can see, Pogba plays it to Mata. Mata manages to find space and basically just rolls one. It went underneath to Stegen's arm. I didn't think for it. You can see from my reaction, I didn't think it was going in. Not a chance. But that's give us something. If we can push on and just make that gap bigger before we get to the new camp, I'll be pleased as punch. I really, really will. 52 minutes. We're going to start look at making some changes soon. I'll probably try and save Herrera from a booking because we're probably going to need him in the next, in the away leg. But it's Pogba now to Herrera. Ibra plays it forward to Martial. It's still Martial, saved by ter Stegen, but we're starting to look like we're doing something now. We're starting to play a bit of football. It's Mata from the corner. Pogba at the back stick, nods it down, it's Herrera. Gets cleared out though, Fosu-Mensah will go and retrieve it in our half. Still Fosu-Mensah now to Alaba. Alaba plays it all the way back to De Gea. De Gea clears it to Neves. It's Mata now to Martial. Martial's got 4 men on him. Ibrahim, what a fucking screamer! What a screamer of a goal. Ibrahimovic against his old club. I said it would happen. It's happened. Juan Mata there. Martial plays it across an Ibra. I know it wasn't a volley, but it might as well have been. Absolute top bag. And you just can't put an age on class. You really, really can't. It's Neves now. Pogba. Roberto clears it. It's Romagnoli to Herrera. Ibrahimovic, the goal scorer again. Neves. Mata. Martial. Pogba now. Pogba plays it to Martial, 3-0, and I think it's safe to start looking at making some substitutions. Barcelona will be dangerous. They'll be able to grab themselves a goal. I don't want that to happen. In fact, there's a chance that I might even start looking into locking this game down as early as maybe the 65th, 70th minute. But Martial grabbing himself a goal. Chuffed a bit. Chuffed a bit. We had a really, really poor and quiet first half. It's the 64th minute now. We'll let the highlight play out. It's Mata to Pogba. Thought that had gone in as well, it would have made it 4. But now we're going to start looking at making substitutions. Now, Neves can stay on the pitch. He's already been booked now. He was 1 booking away from missing out on the next tie. However, Herrera's not, so we'll bring on Sanchez. We're going to take off Martial and we're going to play Memphis, so Memphis can sit in that advanced forward position, fresh legs, trying to beat the last men. Although, when I say last men, there's fucking loads of them at the minute because Barcelona are sat so deep. And that's all we'll do for now. I will, however... Maybe not just yet. I'll leave it on control just for now. But we are probably going to switch to contain somewhere in the 70th minute, 70th to 80th minute, just to try and lock this out. But it's Memphis now. Memphis with the fresh legs. Runs out to the corner. Memphis with a cross. And TT gets the ball, though. Gives it to Rakitic. Romagnoli now to Pogba. Sanchez. Sanchez to Ibra. Ibra to Memphis. Memphis tries a cracker, but... Oh! Nearly the fourth. I thought Pogba was going to let fly. It was Mata in the end. However, 71 minutes, 3 goals to the good against Barcelona. We'll take that. Sanchez now to Mata. Still Sanchez. Sanchez trying to find a bit of room for a shot. Does blaze it over the bar. Just back from injury, of course. We have been without young Renato for a little bit now. But everything's looking positive. Everything is looking really positive. Barcelona have not even registered a shot on target or off target. So hopefully we can try and get another goal here. It's Ibrahimovic out to Mata, to Pogba. Pogba with a very, very mundane and poor shot. Goes very wide of the post. and we've got quarter of an hour left to try and grab another goal and at least stop Barcelona. It's Rakitic now. Sergi Samper. Ibrahimovic is on the ball now. He has set Memphis free. Memphis, this is your chance, son. Straight at Ter Stegen. It should have been 4. If it's all said and done, we should be 4-0 now. Maybe in the last 10 minutes we'll get another shot, but I'm not too sure. It's Mensah now. Gives the ball away to Pedro. Romagnoli's got it. Smalling's won it back. Ibrahimovic down to Memphis. Memphis is running down into the area. Digne strips it off him, and it's now with Suarez and Neymar. Neymar plays it back to Suarez. Keep it out, De Gea. Get in there. Don't want to be conceding an away goal now, because if we go to Barcelona and score just 1, they'll have to put 5 past us. It's Pogba now. Mata. Still Pogba now. Pogba's lost out to Rafinha. Barcelona getting dangerous in the last couple of minutes, and there we go. Didn't want it. I mean, we won 3-1. Well, we're winning 3-1. It ain't over yet. We're winning 3-1, but I really didn't want to concede a goal. Rafinha there with a very simple cross. Neymar volleyed it into the net, arriving late. Great goal from Barcelona, but let's either see if we can add one, or if nothing else, we've got to keep them out now. It's Pogba. Still Pogba to Mata. Pogba again. Plays the ball over to Memphis, but he doesn't quite get on it. Mensah. Ruben Neves now. Well played, Neves. It's Sanchez. To Pogba again. Memphis. Memphis has the ball took off him. Romagnoli keeps it away from Suarez. Sanchez. Ibrahimovic to Fosu Mensah. To Sanchez on the edge of the area. Memphis still... not good enough. Not good enough. 3 minutes to go now. Barcelona are in our half. It's Digne to Pedro. Sanchez gets the ball clear as far as Ibrahimovic. Ibra to Pogba. Pogba out wide to Alaba, and he gets it back inside to Neves. Memphis, and he's just tapped it to Ter Stegen. 2 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. And I think we're pretty much not going to see any more goals here. Memphis, Mata to Pogba. Pogba to Sanchez. Sanchez to Ibrahimovic. Memphis Memphis went to lob the keeper. He managed to put it over the bar. I thought Ibra was going to hit the first shot. It never came to anything. But when the ball went in the air, I really thought Memphis had scored himself. A little bit of a cheeky lob. Unfortunately for him, it didn't happen. But it's Sanchez on the edge of the Barcelona area. Now it's Mata. Should have scored. We've had 2 clear-cut chances. We've walked away with 3 goals at the moment. Not bad going. It's when we have clear-cut chances and we walk away with nothing. That's what really winds me up. Rakitic to Rafinha. Alaba now to Memphis. Rakitic getting back in the middle. Rakitic puts himself about the place. I've noticed that over the last few times that we've played Barcelona. Always done quite well. But it's Romagnoli now to De Gea. And with a minute left, I would say that we're in the final highlight. It's Pogba now in the middle. Sanchez to Ibra. Ibra plays it out to Fosu Mensah. Will he get a cross in now? Fosu Mensah goes as far as Ter Stegen. 25 seconds left on the clock. And all we've got to do, I think, is pretty much nod this back their way. Yes, we are on the ball. 10 seconds to go. That'll be it. The throw-in's going to get taken. The whistle's going to get blown. We've walked out 3-1 winners. A little bit disappointing that we conceded that away goal, but nonetheless, we've just beaten Barcelona at home. 3-1, so I am pretty happy with the team. So I passionately tell him so, very happy, well done, nice victory. I'm also going to tell Zlatan Ibrahimovic that, to be honest, his performance today was very good. I'll just single him out though, because he was out and out, a cut above the rest. Memphis Depay played his 6.6 having come on, so I'm assertively going to tell him that I'm not happy with his performance tonight. He's motivated and inspired, and we will leave the game. So there we go then, guys. End of today's episode. We're sat on the schedule. Of course, a 3-1 win against Barcelona, which is magnificent. It puts us in good stead for the return leg over to the Nou Camp. We just need to try and grab ourselves an early goal in that. However, what we are going to find out is how that gets on tomorrow night, because I'm going to skip West Ham in the FA Cup just because it's the 5th round. I feel we should be able to progress against West Ham. We've done quite well against them. We'll then have Leicester followed by Southampton in the Premier League. So I'll play those 3 fixtures off cam. We'll be back tomorrow night with the second leg of the Champions League against Barcelona, and with a little bit of luck, it will see us through. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button. It takes nothing but a second and it helps me out a hell of a lot. It puts the channel into more searches, etc. It shows it around more around on YouTube. So it will be doing me a great favour. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit the sub button. You can even check the description and you'll find my link for Twitter. You'll also find in the description a Season 1 review and a Season 2 review in case you wanted to catch up and get up to date with what's going on the Fergie way. And yeah, other than that, guys, I hope to see you tomorrow. I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.